Hey, we're in the closet.
Oh, I was taking a nap.
You're going to have to wake up.
Well, sorry. I didn't know you were ready. You were over there piddling around.
I wasn't piddling around.
You
I was
were
getting
too.
things set up for the podcast.
You were piddling around.
That's not
Still
piddling
piddling.
around.
Why are
That's
we...
production.
This
I am the
podcast has
production.
no production.
I'm the producer, and there's a lot of responsibilities that go along with producing
You
a huge
literally,
podcast like this.
You literally plugged in the cord into your iPad and pushed a button.
But I had to delete
That's
some stuff out to make sure
award-winning
there
producing.
was. Had to delete some old podcasts out to make sure there was room to get through this podcast. And that was edited because I accidentally paused it, and we started over. We had a whole conversation about stuff.
We had a whole conversation. Here's what the thing is. We were talking about French manicures and everything, and then Jeff said, "Hold on, it's paused. None of that got recorded." So we tried to do it over, and I'm like, "How in the world did we start talking about French manicures?" So here's how it went down. Don't know how we got on the topic, and I said, "Jeff, what is a traditional? Do you know what a traditional French manicure looks like?"
Traditional French manicure, I thought would be red because red is very traditional.
But it's not a traditional French manicure. And then he said, "Oh wait, it's where the nail is one color and the tip is another."
Yes.
Well, when I Googled it and showed him, he goes, "That's what I said."
It is what I said.
No, it's not, because the traditional French manicure is nude nails with
Which
white
is
tips.
stupid. I mean, if you're not going anywhere, that's a great look.
Nude nails with white tips.
I don't get it. I don't get nude nails with white tips. That's so lame.
Well, and so then he said,
do a blue marble.
Here's a black with white tips.
Do black with white tips. It looks like a kind of piano looking.
It does look like a piano. So what we were doing was we were really Googling different nail colors, because I'm getting my nails done this week, but I want to do my nails like Valentine-y.
That's cute.
Right? And then we were talking about shapes in the nails, and he said he thinks the square nails look good. I'm not a fan necessarily of the square nails. I used to get my nails square. I like the traditional shape of a fingernail, which is oval.
I like oval.
When you grow your fingernails, you don't grow them in squares. You don't grow them in points, and you don't grow them in coffin shape. I'll show you coffin nails. So that's where we ended, because you said that you didn't know.
People, though, with just a pinky nail out, no other nails, they do cocaine.
Well, that's what I've heard. I don't know how true that is.
They do. They scoop it up and they...
This is coffin nails, where they're like squared on the end.
Oh, yeah. Those are okay, too.
Yeah, I think those are okay, too.
If there's a tip, though, on those, I don't like that. I do not like the claw nails.
There could be a weapon.
They could be a weapon. They could be very handy in a rape situation.
So these oval nails I have came in handy at work one day. There's certain products at GNC that are locked behind these like little locks that really anybody...
Did you pick a lock with your nail?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I didn't pick a lock with my nail.
Sweet.
I put my nail in where the key would go and just turned it, and it turned. So it's not really
a lock.
It's not really a high-tech lock.
It's just to keep, yeah.
It's just a deterrent.
It's a trick.
I mean, like if you don't have nails, you couldn't do it. Like you couldn't do it with your finger, but I put my nail down in there and I gave it a good twist.
That's great.
Anyway.
Congrats.
Thank you very much. I think I like those.
Ingenuity. Those are pretty.
Anyway, so I don't know why we're talking about nails.
The middle finger one looks pretty long.
Yeah, well, I don't want them that long. Anyway, so what's up? We just got Brooke's senior pictures back. And let me tell you what.
She's a lovely lady.
The girl
she does
is
a really good job
photogenic.
with taking pictures.
The girl is photogenic. Katie, who took her pictures, is very talented. But they are also very good. I don't know how we're going to be able to pick which ones to print. Oh, I know how we got on talking about nails.
How?
I said your nails were creeping me out because they were long and you need to cut them.
That's mean.
I don't mean it in a bad way, but your nails are uncharacteristically long.
I usually keep pretty groomed.
What are you fixing to do with those nails?
Cut them.
Thank you.
I'm probably going to cut them.
So I think men with long nails, I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
And I
didn't even notice.
Can I paint them before you notice? Cut them?
Sure.
Will you wear them to work painted?
Hell no.
Why?
Because.
Why?
I'm not going to wear them. Are they going to be nude?
No.
Is it going to be a traditional?
I thought traditional was red.
No. I thought that. You're the one that proved me wrong, that they're just lame.
No.
Dull.
Red is traditional, but I was talking about a French manicure. A French manicure is traditionally nude and white. But anyway, I've just never seen. That's how we got started talking about nails.
Yes, I'm a little ungroomed right now.
What's going on? You all right?
I'm falling apart, man.
Are you
falling
okay?
Apart. I think I'm okay.
Is something wrong?
There's always something
Do we
wrong.
need to talk?
No, we don't talk about things that are wrong.
Oh my gosh, did you put the chicken in the refrigerator? Did you leave it on the counter?
I did it. I put it in the fridge.
Oh my gosh.
I did. I stuck it right in the on the third shelf.
Because
down.
our dogs will get up on the countertops and eat the
They
chicken.
will. They're like the damn dogs in the Christmas story, jumping on the counter to get the turkey.
And I hear some ruckus out there. Anyway, question. Do you think by May we'll be able to have Brooke a senior party?
No,
Why?
because.
Outside?
Oh yeah, sure.
Like if we go to La Roby's and do it outside like we did Maddie's?
Yeah, we could do that
Do
probably.
you think? I'm worried about it.
Why?
It's her senior party. I want her to be able to have a senior party.
Yeah, we can do
See
it.
how you said yeah right there?
Yeah.
That's you're doubtful, yeah.
I'm not doubtful.
That's
I'm
like
just
I'm
not-
saying yes to
This
pacify.
is so premature.
Jeff is
It's
a pacifier.
January, and I don't even
You
know why we're
have to
talking
call
about this.
because you have to call and get reservations and stuff.
Well,
Like reserved places. You are a pacifier. Jeff likes to pacify people.
I don't pacify
Yeah,
people.
you do.
I do not.
Yeah, you do.
I do not. How did I pacify anything?
Because you were like, yeah, we can do it. And then when we get to May, you're like, eh.
Did we
I
do
mean,
it? Did we do it? Did we do it for Maddie?
I mean,
Do we always do
we
it?
weren't in a quarantine for Maddie.
Oh, F the quarantine. You think I'm thinking about that?
That's what I'm thinking about.
Oh,
Not
there
the
we go.
quarantine, but the coronavirus. I didn't mean quarantine.
Oh, but
I was looking up
by
Valentine
May,
nails.
that people won't even. That we'll be laughing and being like, "Remember last year this quarantine thing?"
I said,
coronavirus?
do you know that Brooks is senior right now?
Yeah,
This May.
People will be like, that was fun. Like,
Oh my
it's
gosh, you're
over.
stupid. No, they're not.
That was
They won't-
cool.
they won't be
It really taught us some lessons about life, and now we're set. Like, we know not to, get a little crazy, too crazy, because then we'll have to go back to wearing masks again.
Okay.
By May, people will be looking for masks. It'll be like, do you remember when we wore masks all the time?
No.
You don't think so?
May is right around the corner.
We'd be kissing people on the face in
It's
public
4
in May.
months away. Well, we're actually February, March, April, 3 months away. 3 whole months, and then it'll be May.
It's coming up. My birthday month.
But it's my birthday week this week. Do
Yes.
not overshadow that.
Yes, it is. But
You know
since
what?
we're talking about things happening in months from now,
I'm a planner.
you are a planner. It is one of your problems.
Why is that a problem?
It's not. It's not.
Maybe one of your problems is that you don't plan and you fly by the seat of your
It's
pants.
a big problem.
Gosh. You're acting so high and mighty. You get headshots at work yesterday, and now you feel like that you're
Listen,
Mr. Like.
I was a model. It said on the sheet that I had to fill out with my information, model's name,
Oh my gosh.
Jeff Runyon, model, and it was so awkward. It was so awkward. It's so awkward taking pictures.
Why?
now.
You're not a natural picture taker.
It was very awkward.
Why? It's not awkward taking
I
pictures.
need like
Speaking
somebody
of,
there to tickle me or something. You know what I mean?
you need a fluffer?
I need a fluffer. I need
Oh.
somebody there to make me laugh because I can't really smile.
So you
unless I
need
laugh.
somebody
That's when I'm
behind
like,
the you need somebody behind the photographer, like when we were kids, going "Bah, bah, like that.
No, that won't make me laugh.
Yes, it would. If I was behind the photographer doing that, it had like a little feather. And was like, you wouldn't be laughing.
That's ridiculous.
You would so.
I would laugh. Yeah, I would. I was like, my wife came with me today. I was getting headshots, and I really want to smile, but I have to laugh to smile right.
Right. So
I think I got some good genuine smiles in there.
Yeah.
I do. I think I did. There's so many pictures. I'm like, I go to work thinking, oh, we're getting headshots today, right? We're getting headshots today. That means I wear a suit, and I go in and I sit on a stool, and she goes, click, click, okay, great job, and I leave. No. I go in, and it's like, this angle, that angle, straight ahead, angle. Lean forward, hold your jacket down. Lean forward and tilt your head down. Do you prefer a side? And I'm like, no. I
your
don't.
backside.
I mean, I was like, this is not what I expected at all. It was so much.
Who was it? What company was it?
Forget. I'd have to look at the link she sent.
That's so funny.
She's out of Milton. That's photography.
Some people just aren't natural picture takers. Like they feel weird. But
No,
like
like
me
you and Brooke,
we
you
come.
guys like cameras in the room and you're smiling just in case pictures are taken.
Yeah, like if
Yeah.
a camera's pointing at me, I can be mad as all get out, and you and I could be fighting, and Brooke would be like, "Mom, look here," and I would look over, and her camera would be there, and I'd be like, I'd just smile, like no big deal.
Yeah, you've got that. You guys have that gift.
I'm
if
not
you want
saying
to call
that
it a gift.
I'm not saying I'm photogenic. I'm just saying
You
that
are very photogenic.
I'm
You
not
guys
afraid
are.
of the camera. You can turn a camera on. I will smile. I will talk. We can do it. I don't have a fear of a camera being in my face or a microphone being in my face. But anyway.
So yeah, I feel really high and mighty because I got headshots. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
you were predicting, you were getting on me because I was planning too far in advance, which is 3 months in advance.
I was being facetious.
You are being facetious.
I was having fun with you. I like that you're a planner. It balances us out. It's a
just
very good trait to have
Well,
living with
sometimes
me
it's good
because
to-
it would be bad.
fly by the seat of your pants too.
Yes.
But
yes. It
here's the
doesn't
thing.
turn out very well most of the time.
here's why
Sure is fun.
I want to have her party in May, her graduation party, because in June I'm gonna have to have a baby shower. I don't want to have them right on
God
top of each
damn,
other.
Man. I
Right?
feel like we're gonna just let's cancel any birthday plans I have.
We've canceled any birthday plans that I have.
Well, that's a good point.
So what do you mean? No, the baby shower is not going to be that much for us because we're going to make our own food and everything like that. It's not going to be that big
Like
of a deal.
chips and dip and
Yeah, it's just going to be low key, like snacky foods.
oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be
Some
fun.
meatballs,
What-
maybe wieners.
Yeah,
In
have
the
some-
crock pot?
Have some little weenies.
I can make pork barbecue if we need.
Heck
to,
yeah.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
listen. My point was for guests because it'll be some
For
of the same
guests.
guests, and I don't want them to be
Yes.
like, "Oh my gosh, we went to Brooke's graduation party. Now we got to go to her shower," and I don't want to have them together because she should not have to have them together.
She shouldn't, but it
Anyway,
wouldn't be a bad idea.
No, it would be a bad idea. That's not fair.
What if you just got masks that said it's a boy or it's a girl on one side, and on the other, congratulations, graduate.
You can ask her about that and see what she thinks about that.
All right, I'll ask her later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get back to how you're a pacifier.
I'm not a pacifier. I was in the past. Now I'm very straightforward. Most of the time. Unless it makes me uncomfortable. I don't pacify. I'm an optimist.
No, you're
I
a
know
pacifier.
it's going to happen. I just don't want to plan
Shall
it
we
right
talk
now.
about when you moved offices?
No, I don't want to get into that.
Because you're a pacifier in that situation.
It's
Do you wanna-
complicated.
Oh, so now
Listen,
we're
I
Facebook
took-
status. It's complicated.
I took responsibility for that, and I owned up to it. I've
But why do you do
apologized
that?
multiple times.
Do you
Why are
see
we doing
where-
this again?
Do you see where I'm having a counseling session with you? And I'm trying to help people out there that might be pacifiers. Do you see where it puts... I don't know what the dogs are doing down there, but
I
it sounds
wasn't
bad.
pacifying. I was excited, and I
Jeff.
had some optimistic feelings, and I shared them, and I shouldn't have.
You should have
Because
said...
it turned into me pacifying when it was...
You should
I
have
really didn't know enough to say what I said, but I thought I did.
Why do you do that? So when you say that, I'm like, wow,
Sometimes I get all
that's
excited.
great. And then it comes to being time, and I'm like, so this is going to happen now because you've moved offices. You're like, oh, no. I'm like, but you said, well, you said those things. I don't even really know if it was to pacify me because I could care less.
I don't think it was to pacify. I think it was just something that I thought was
But why do you...
really strong
Then why don't you
possibility.
just say... It's a possibility that...
I think I did, and you just forget that after a few weeks.
No, you did not, because you said it numerous times. I can't wait till we move so I can... Whatever it is. Which I could say it. It doesn't matter if they're listening, because they weren't any part of it. It was you in your dream
it
world.
was me. Yeah, it was me.
It was you in your dream
I like
world.
to go in my dream world sometimes. I just
But then
shouldn't
I don't...
talk
Then
about
how am I supposed to ever... Is this dream world Jeff talking, or is this reality Jeff
You
talking?
know me. You know me.
Yeah, but...
Sometimes I mess up.
What
I
you
know
said
it's not
wasn't
that
really
often,
far-fetched. It makes sense, and it's only fair. But I just don't know why. Why do you do that? Let's go deep. Why do you think you do that? Like you used
I think
to...
I have a. To be honest, I think I have a crippling. I have a problem that I hate. That's one thing I don't like about myself.
Let's talk about it.
She got excited. She's like, he hates this about himself. Let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk about it.
Is growing up and kind of being a pleaser, right? And I don't want to let anybody down. Like, I don't want to let anybody down.
Right.
So sometimes you screw yourself because you get excited to get somebody excited, but then you don't think through it, and then you end up letting them down.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you go, oh, this is great. I'm excited about it, and this is what I want to happen. And Angie will be really excited about it, so I'm going to tell her, and blah, 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 and I'll tell you. And then it's like, then all of a sudden, it's what I thought was going to happen is not happening. And I'm like, why did you say that it was when you didn't know?
Which is what translates into me a pacifier.
Right, but it's... A pacifier would be... I don't think that situation's a good example.
That situation is not a good example
because
of a
I
pacifier.
have pacified you. When I was younger, I was horrible about it.
Yes.
I think I'm better now.
Yeah, you are.
I think we're very... I think our relationship does so well now because we are... I feel like I can be honest with you about whatever it may be. Finances. Like, I used to really cause myself stress. You think pacifying you might have hurt you, but the pacifying, I would say to anybody that does that, you're killing yourself.
Yeah.
There is so much stress when you go, everything's great. Sure. Go out and get some new shoes and yeah, because you don't want them to think you're a failure or anything's wrong or you suck.
Yeah.
You know, because that's the way I feel. If I've got, when I used to have to say, can you wait till next month?
Yeah.
Like it's super tight and can you just wait till, now I do that.
Yeah.
I go, all right, groceries are tight.
Yeah.
We got 4 kids and a baby on the way. Not us, but a kid's got a baby on the way. But I mean, it's like now I go, I hate living that way sometimes and having to say, hey, can we just get what we need this week and Wednesday when I get paid, we can get the rest. I hate that. I hate that you have to say that or have to do that in life.
But that's I think a lot of people have to live like that.
It probably is, but I freaking hate it. And there's a lot in there psychologically, I think, if I could talk to somebody about it.
You're talking to people about it.
From where you expected to be at a certain place in your life, right?
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of people go through that. And I'm not saying that you're a failure, or I think we live a really good life. I think we got a nice home, we got our cars, the kids do what they want to do. Maddie's going to school and nursing school, and it's a freaking stress to get through. But somehow we get through it.
Think about it this way, though. You may be beating yourself up that way, saying you expected, but what if? Think about this. Somebody might be beating themselves up because they're not where you are in life. They don't have a family. They don't have kids. They don't have grandkids on the way. They don't have, you know what I mean?
Well, it sounds like they probably have a lot of money, and I could let them live this experience for just so
what
much
I'm
money
saying
a
is
month.
everybody's success and the way that what they feel as success is relative. Because the grass is always greener. Because you could be a bachelor sitting at home rolling in the dough. But you could look at people who, that have a marriage, that have a good marriage, that have fun in their marriage, that have kids, that actually have a relationship with their kids, that get along with their kids, that now you're going to become a grandparent at such a young age. You're going to be able to enjoy your grandchild. And they're sitting here at 45 years old, not even married. And they're thinking, by the time I have a grandkid like him, I'm not going to even be able to enjoy it. So maybe they feel like they're a failure because they didn't get what you have. So it's all relative. You can't compare successes to people. You can't compare your life to someone else's.
I'm not.
Because it's your story. It's your life. So what defines success,
But I think that's the story.
But what defines success?
I'll tell you what defines success, and I think that's the difference in where it's relative and where it's not relative. Here's the deal. You only know what you're instilled with. And all I know is my father's success, my brother's success. All I know is the success,
But that's your dad's success. Okay, that's your brother's success. It's not yours.
But it sets the bar.
It might, but don't let it.
Here's my thing.
Don't let it set the bar.
Here's the thing, though. If it's ingrained in you, here's the thing. If my father, and there's nothing wrong with this. If my father worked a different job and he'd been extremely successful. He's done very well in his life. He still is. I'm very proud of him. I look up to him, always have. An incredible businessman. But if he just would have got a job at a teaching school and would have grew up and it would have been and then I'm here in this house and we grew up in a something more modest, and I'm sitting here right now. My perspective may be completely different about success, but when I look at what he's done and what he's accomplished,
You can't do that.
And you expect yourself to be there or better, and you're competitive.
But why does what makes you think that you're not there is what I want to know, because you don't know what happened behind closed doors. Your dad may appear to be successful.
Right.
He might appear, and he might have been sitting at his desk, stressed about money every day.
I'm sure he was.
But I don't understand why you're so hard on yourself. I don't understand why you're sitting here saying that you're not. You feel like you're not. It's okay to say I'm not where I wanted to be. That's
I'm not
fine.
close to where I want to be.
That's fine.
And
but what are
I
you
still believe I'm going to get there.
That's great. Because complacency is a scary thing. So if you sat here and be like,
I'll
I'm exactly where I wanted to be
complacent.
and I'm happy, then that's scary. I mean, I want you to be happy, but
I'm
you
happy,
should always
but
be
I'm never
striving
gonna-
for
right.
more. That's not what I'm saying. But you're basing what your success is and what you feel like you're successful on your dad and your brother, and that's not right, because you're not them. They're not you. They're not you. That they have a different book. They have a different story.
Sure they do.
So you can't even compare that.
I'm proud of them, though. I'm not
Oh,
jealous.
no.
Or I'm not saying I'm not as
you
good.
should be proud of
That's
them.
not my point.
But you're coming across that way, and that's what's making me frustrated, is that you're saying you are
I'm very competitive.
But for what? Like, what are you competing
And I
with?
only want the best for them. It's not competitive in a
No, I know
negative
that,
way.
and I think everybody listening to this obviously knows that. But what my point is that and I do it too. I'm not sitting here preaching
all
at you.
This way.
But no, I know. But I'm
It's a
trying to
human flaw.
help me and help you. It is a human flaw.
And it doesn't help nowadays to have to see.
That's where I was getting.
It's in your face constantly, the successes of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you're successful too.
Which doesn't make me upset.
I understand that, but you just like I tell myself all the time, and I tell my clients all the time, when you're comparing yourself to other people, because it is human nature, and we all do it.
Yeah, it's horrible.
If you don't do it, that's amazing. I wish I could learn not to, but I compare myself to. I find myself scrolling through Instagram and being like, there's always going to be somebody better, and there's always going to be somebody not as good.
Comparison is the death of joy. It is
100%.
That's
But
what it
we've
is.
always done it. People are like, oh, it's easier now to compare yourself, but we've always done it. Right now, we may have social media, but before, what did we compare ourselves to? Before social media was big, and there might have been Facebook around, but there was definitely not Instagram, there was definitely not Snapchat, there was definitely not, TikTok, any of that stuff, these big platforms. I would get, when I was insecure, we would get the freaking Victoria's Secret swimsuit edition in the mail, and I would rip it up, because
that was messed up.
But that's
bro.
no, it wasn't. Not in the time of life that I was in. I was younger. I was having babies. I was out of shape. I had a big old belly. You know what I mean? Either because I was pregnant or because I just had a baby. I didn't want to see these catalogs coming in with these thin women in these bikinis and in these bathing suits. It made me feel bad, and I compared myself to them. It wasn't on a computer screen, it was a magazine.
That's true, it was.
It was on a magazine.
Yeah.
And I'm sure ladies in the past where there was absolutely no social media and all there was magazines, they'd flip through the catalogs, even if it was the JCPenney catalogs. Everybody's put together with their dress, their heels, their pearls, their hair was so, their makeup was done. And I'm sure there was airbrushing back in the day or some sort of editing.
Sure.
But women compared themselves to those people. Men compared themselves to people at work. Men compared themselves to people in magazines. So it's always been there. And you're right, it is human nature.
It is.
But I feel like
it's a negative thing.
I really wish we could stop, but I don't know that we ever will. It's the nature of the beast. You know?
Yeah, I think it's minimal though. I don't know that I'm necessarily consciously ever comparing myself to, like, I don't feel like I'm comparing myself to my father.
It's not comparing, it's just...
Or brothers or anybody like that. It's just an expectation I have in my head.
But why?
And then I think that's the bar that's set, is my dad. You
It
know what I
shouldn't
mean?
be. The bar, I think that if you look up to your dad...
So I'm not looking at somebody that is in my industry
No,
and
I
saying,
know that.
I can't believe it. I should be. No, because I should. If I'm not, I'm not.
Okay, but...
you got to be better to be better, if that makes sense.
But holding to your dad's standards, I get that, because, we all strive, we all do look for at our parents' standards, but there's some certain times where I feel like you need to separate from that. Like if you are holding yourself to your dad's standard by work ethic.
Right.
Okay, fine.
Which I need to.
By attitude, like he always tells the truth, positive attitude, that kind of thing, fine. But not by actual,
Right.
because you're different.
I'm different.
Your wants are different. Your desires are different. You're an artistic person. Your brother's not artistic. He doesn't have an artistic bone in his body, and he'd tell you that if he's sitting right here. You know? And then you have another brother who's not married, and he might be looking at you, sitting here being like, I'm nothing. I don't have a wife. Both of my brothers have a wife. My dad, and they were married. My sister's married. I mean, what do you know what I'm saying? He could do that to himself too.
Sure, he could.
So it's all kind of relative in the situation that you're in. Somebody is looking at you, wanting what you have. And you're looking at other people, maybe wanting what they have.
Well, I'm not.
Come on, be honest. Don't say you're not wanting.
Yeah, there's some things I want.
Yes,
here's the deal, though.
We're all envious.
And just to be clear, this is not something that's come from the thing is, with a lot of people, this is usually, if it's their father, it's driven from them trying to make their father proud. I don't have that.
Yeah.
I feel like my dad's as proud as he's ever going to be. I can't do anything else that's going to make him more happy with who I am.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I think that's something I'm at peace with. It's not that. It's something where it's just in me to be better than I am.
But that's
today.
okay. That's healthy, I feel like.
And I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm stuck and I need to figure out how to get better.
But that's okay. But when you look at yourself thinking that you're a failure and thinking that you're not good enough, that's, I think, where the issue lies. It's okay to want to do more.
Sure.
I want to do more. I'm not where I want to be. But what is your mindset about it healthy, or is it toxic, like thinking that you're not good enough and you haven't done enough? I think, you know what I'm saying?
It needs to be a healthy mindset. Mindset's everything, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
A lot of times when we get in a rut. I don't think my mindset's negative a lot of the time. I think the scariest thing for me and the most discouraging thing for me in life is the mindset of no mindset. When I just
You're like in neutral?
I go to work every day and I do my thing and I just get through the day.
Yeah.
And I grind and I have no time or energy for what I want to do in life.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
You know what I mean? It's
that's frustrating.
It gets really frustrating when you're sitting here at 45 and you go,
I don't even want to do it.
I need some drugs to freaking have time to do my passion, because I just think I don't have the energy or the mental want. I mean, I haven't drawn forever. You know what I mean? Or painted or anything. And it's like sometimes I get energetic and I put a plan together on some outside things, side hustles, things I'd love to do, but implementing them,
executing
them. One, it's the time when you've got a family, right?
Okay, but schedule it, because listen, I'm going to pull you and I'm going to say you have no excuses, because you're bullshitting yourself, because you have no excuses. I'm just telling you.
Well, my wife won't let me do anything.
You don't have a ton of time. But, okay, so let's scratch out through the week, Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday, Jeff, listen, you have plenty of time to devote to that. I work every Saturday. I'm not holding you back. I wouldn't be holding you back even if I didn't work.
You've never held me back. You've only supported me.
I mean, organize your time. Make it work. Say Saturdays and Sundays are for me and my passion. At least X amount of time, X amount of hours out of the day. So if you know that we have a deal where, you know, you do the floors for me while I'm gone to work on Saturday, do them on Friday night instead. Like, get everything done on Friday night. It is all about scheduling. That we agree that each other's going to do for each other.
You're right.
That's another podcast, because we really have a good system that we have.
We have a great system.
That we communicate with, and that we have the same goals. We've already talked about that. But anyway, schedule it. Write it down. Say, Saturday from 3 until 6, I'm working on painting. You're here. Our kids are older. Nobody needs you. Somebody might need you to get a frozen pizza out of the oven. And then say from Sunday... from 3 to 6, whatever the hours are, get up a little earlier on Sunday. Say from Sunday from 8 till 10, I'm doing my passion. Well, I'm just saying, like, you've got, if you really want to do it, you have to make the time for it. I'm tired of people saying I don't have time. I do it too sometimes. We all do it. We've all said, I don't have time for that. Yeah, you do. If you want it bad enough, you'll make some time. Sit down and look at your schedule. What can you get rid of? Your screen time.
Oh, God,
screen time. Like, just, of course we do our evening thing, but we've been into playing Scrabble lately, which is crazy. We're getting older. I think we talked about that before.
We are getting old. Scrabble.
But just say, okay, Ange, I'm going to hang and play games with you, like, on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, but Mondays, Wednesdays, and, like, whatever, I want to spend my evenings drawing instead.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Who, you know me, I'm going to be like, oh, cool, okay.
Right, yeah.
And I'll work on something else. Like, think about when, because you do have the time. And I want you to work on your passion because you're so talented. Like, Jeff is so talented at art. It's pathetic. Shut up and let me talk about you. God, like, take a compliment.
Well,
But you are. You're very talented, and your talents are being wasted. Because what happens if you run up against, like, what's that shaky disease you get when you're old? Parkinson's? What if you get that and then you can't draw? Although you might have some good, I mean, maybe that's the whole another talent that'll open up. But I'm not trying to be, I'm just saying, like, you never know when a talent, I mean, you've got to use your talents.
I agree.
Especially you that have
use
them.
Or lose
there
it.
are some of us that really don't have that great of talent. I'm being serious. Like, there's some people who are just good at being a person. You know what I mean? Or good with people. Or we've talked about this before, talents. And I think that'd be another good podcast. Actually, I think it'd be a good podcast to talk about with Michael, too, because I'd like his take on it. Like, what is a talent? Like, what can be talents? There's obvious talents. But then are there talents that we have that we don't even know we have because we don't even look at it as a talent? You know what I mean?
True. Yes.
Anyway, another thing.
I think so.
I think so, too. But my whole point to you is I want you to someday in the near future be able to say F you insurance and go do your passion like I am. Because I'm doing my passion and I feel very grateful to be able to do it. Do I have days where I feel down and not good enough at my passion? Yes. I've told you about that and it's been here recently and I still feel that way sometimes.
Though, right?
And I think it is because why? Complacency. I'm so fearful of complacency.
Well, and burnout and
burnout
exhaustion.
Is huge. Oh, right? And I'm going through that right now. I mean, I've worked and worked and worked and worked. And I need a time away. I think that if I just had a couple of days away, like just away from doing what I do or whatever it is, I think it would really help and everybody needs that. But anyway,
I agree.
I would love nothing more than to see you in your passion. And I would love to see everybody be able to do their passion. And yeah, you may be stuck in a job right now because you have to, but start your exit plan. That doesn't mean an exit has to be tomorrow or 2 years from now. Or 3 years from now. But are you even starting with an exit plan? Or are you just in a hamster wheel? Are you just in a hamster wheel?
I hear what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. What do you want to do? Write it down and start making a plan.
And I mean...
And you might not even know what that is. And that's what I was talking about.
And I have a good... and I like what I do.
You
I
do.
like the people I work with.
You're not miserable.
You know, my agents and my people...
I'm not saying you're miserable, but I'm just saying you don't want to do this for the rest of your life. You told me.
If I could do a passion, like I'm sure everybody says that if they could. You know what I mean? You can if you have a plan. I think you're right. It's all about mindset. Are you going to fucking do it? Are you going to put a mindset? Yep. Are you going to get your mindset right and put a plan in place and work it? I haven't.
It might, and like I said, it might be a plan that's 7 years from now.
But
you've got to start working on a plan. You know?
I mean, yeah.
But it's okay if you don't even really know exactly what that plan is. I was talking to Brooke the other day about, she was down on herself and she was like, I don't even want to know what I want to do with my career. I was like, Brooke, you're 17. I know adults that don't know what they want to do with their life.
Don't worry about it.
I told her, I said, it's fine.
Worry about today, right now.
That's what I told you.
Yeah.
But I told her. But anyway, what I'm telling you, I'm not a smart person. But I'm just talking about, like, for me, and like when I knew I didn't want to be stuck in the paralegal world forever because it's a miserable world for me.
Right.
For Some people may love it.
Absolutely.
I loved one part of being a paralegal, and that's when I worked at Freedom Bonder, and that was the only part of it I loved.
Amazing.
And I was miserable sometimes there because sometimes it's just a miserable career. It's just a miserable field sometimes, the legal field. But my whole point is, in the back of my mind, when I realized, I mean, I knew that I didn't always want to be a paralegal, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then when I finally realized, yes, I want to be a personal trainer, I started working on my exit plan. And I started working on that plan when I was at Freedom Bonder. I was like, I want to do personal training, and it's going to be way down the line because I've got to get myself in shape first. I got to look the part first because I didn't when I realized I wanted to do it.
Right.
And then I got to work this and this and this. And finally, like, that was from like 2012, 2011, whatever it was, until 14.
Yes.
It was a 3 or 4 year.
2010, 2011.
Yeah, it was like a 3 to 5 year exit plan.
Yeah.
But I had a plan.
We moved here.
And it finally came to fruition. But
sure.
I vision you doing something not what you're doing eventually.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what it's going to be. But you got to start making a plan. Sorry, this is not an intervention. This kind of feels like it turned into an intervention.
It feels like it kind of turned
I
into
wasn't
an
trying to pick on you. I just love you, and I don't like when you say things like that about yourself.
So I'm going to dedicate.
It makes me mad.
Certain hours on Saturdays and Sundays to just
doing your passion.
Porn. I'm kidding.
What are you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing an OnlyFans.
Why? You told me to work on my passion.
It's my passion.
Oh my gosh! On that note,
I've got a few passions, but we're not going to get into it.
Let's do a podcast on passions and talents one day. Can we write that down?
You can, yes.
I have our list. I'm going to write it down. But anyway.
One thing I want to do is I want to take a shower.
Me too. Same. All right. This is a good one. I hope I didn't come across preachy. I was just trying to encourage you.
No, it's very nice. I did not know we were going there. So
I didn't either. We didn't when we turned this on.
We didn't.
So
there it is.
There you go.
Peace out.